All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. Today is Wednesday, November 20th. I am Adam Jewell, and this is your Daily Hit. Just a reminder, please like, please comment, please follow, please share the channel. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, X, Your Daily Hit. You can find it pretty much everywhere, as well as I'm uploading all these to Spotify. Today, we're going to get off news, we're going to get off politics for a little bit and talk some tech stuff. What I want to show you are some cool things that I do with ChatGPT. So, most people aren't coders. Most people use ChatGPT. The regular people use ChatGPT for simple stuff, right? Rewrite an email, um, write a short paragraph about something, make a project plan for something, just get information from it almost like you'd use it as a search engine, right? But I want to show you some cool stuff that you can do that is really beneficial. First off, I've shared this once before on my personal Facebook channel, but I think it's really cool. As you can see, this was me using ChatGPT, using it on my phone. If you don't know, there is an app for ChatGPT that you can download. Very simple. You don't have to pay for it. It's all free. You can upgrade to their premium version, which I do personally, but you don't need to do it. I think the majority of things that normal, regular people do, you can use the free version. But what I'm showing here is I have a daughter who is in third grade, and she comes home with homework that she wants us to check or wants us to help with, or maybe we want to check before she turns it in, and my wife and I, we have no idea what the answers are. I mean, this is stuff that we probably learned in third grade, can't remember, and would have to search for answers online for all the questions. You can see what I did here. Just took a picture of the homework assignment right here and just ask chat, are all of these answers correct? Gives me a response. Yeah, based on the answers in the image, here is the review. Checks every one of them, checks to see if it's correct or not. Here's another one. Are all of these correct? Goes through, checks all of them. Yep, looks as though all of them are correct, right? Another one. Are all these correct? Oh, we actually see some wrong answers here by my 8-year-old daughter. So we then have her change her answers, uh, look at them again and see what's going on. But I think this is just cool as hell. If you have any kids at any ages where, all of us parents don't know all the answers to all these things, and it's sometimes hard to help kids with their homework, right? But super simple, very useful, and a practical way to use ChatGPT. I should mention all these use cases I'm doing today are picture related. It's taking a picture of something and providing that as the input to ChatGPT. All right, the next one here, this is another homework one. So this is only like 2 days ago, I think. My wife came up to me and said, I don't know the answers for these, Adam. Give me the answers. And I took a picture, gave it to ChatGPT, said, give me the answers. ChatGPT went through every single one of them, highlighted all the answers, right? Which you probably got to be a little fearful now of your kids using this eventually once they get to that point. But still, very, very useful. The next one here, we out on the farm, there was a skid loader. It stopped working. We knew that the starter was bad in it. One of the biggest problems with it was where it was. It was stuck. It was stuck in gear, so you couldn't move it anywhere. We tried to pull it with a truck, and we couldn't pull it with a truck. It just dug into the gravel that you see it was sitting on. Um, so I went to ChatGPT. I took a picture of the skid loader, and I said, "Is there a way to put this thing in neutral without starting it?" And it went through and gave me a full answer of, you know, check for a neutral bypass lever or switch. I went again, took another picture, said, "Do you see a neutral bypass?" And it said, looking at the image, it might be the red lever slash button. I mean, these are just things that, it kind of reminds me of like Iron Man. And, he puts on the helmet. It's kind of the AR where, your glasses, whatever it may be, the screen can see anything and you can ask questions about what you're seeing. However, it's just in picture form right now. But, I get excited about this kind of stuff because think of, Meta's Ray-Ban glasses that they have, right? Where they have they have the camera built into the frames right here. Where I mean, how useful would it be to have glasses like the ones I'm wearing on, just with little tiny cameras built in, and anything that I look at, I can ask a question about if I need to, right? I'm, looking down at my computer, or I'm looking at an audio amplifier over here and say, well, how do I actually use 5 mics instead of 4 with this audio amplifier, and get an answer right away? I mean, it's going to be a very cool time in technology when that arrives, and that's nearly here right now. And the use cases are pretty awesome. Here was another one that I thought ChatGPT, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it gets this. My wife had a colonoscopy recently, and this was one of the pictures of it. Sorry if that's gross to you, but I wanted to see what ChatGPT did with it, and so I took a picture. I said, hey, what is this of, right? I would never know. Um, and it goes on to say, this image appears to be a medical endoscopy or colonoscopy view showing the interior of the GI tract. And then it goes on, talks about some things. I ask another question, what are or actually that's not even related. But I just thought it was super interesting that ChatGPT just instantly knew that, right? Another one here. I was working, or we have a house at one of our properties that there was a furnace, and the furnace went out. It has an Ecobee in it, and the Ecobee died. There was nothing being displayed, no power going to the Ecobee thermostat, and so I went in the furnace. I was kind of, investigating as to what went wrong with the furnace, and thought it was power related. Took a picture of the furnace. Is there a fuse somewhere for this I put in? Yeah, of course there are. There's a fuse on the control board, the blower compartment. Um, and then I found the fuse just from this right here, and saying, I don't know that all that much about electricity and fuses and whatnot. And I said, can I use a 5 amp fuse in place of a 3 amp fuse? And realized right away that's probably not a good idea. But thanks to ChatGPT, I mean, I took my phone up, took a picture, sent it to Chat, and got an answer immediately as to where something was, and this solved the problem. It got power back to the Ecobee, furnace back on. So really super simple, super useful. Here's another one, right, where this was just today that we were doing this, where my father-in-law had solar panels installed at his house, and it came with this app, and the app gives you all the information on the solar panels, how much they're producing, how much is going to the battery, how much power are you using from the grid compared to your solar panels. But the app is like incredibly not user friendly. I was saying to him, it's like you need to be nearly an engineer to understand what this app is saying. And you can see the graph that I have right here of, all the different indicators that it has, PV power, import power, AC source, grid import, etc., which we didn't even know what that stuff meant. And the point of going into this app is supposed to be looking to ensure that everything is working properly with the solar system. And I just took a screenshot of the app and the graph that it gave, and said, "Does all of this look normal?" And Chat gave me a very long answer and an explanation of what every one of those elements meant, if it was normal behavior, and then some other things just to look out for as we're reviewing the data. I mean, this was incredibly helpful, and it was all just from easily taking a screenshot of a phone and asking, does all of this look normal? Again, like a photo, I mean, a screenshot, the Chat has the ability to analyze it and then give you feedback. Absolutely great practical use of ChatGPT outside of, the coding that everyone always uses AI for now. And then just another small one I want to bring up. This is just some fun stuff. Take a picture. This is me holding one of our parakeets, and I just said, turn this picture into a cartoon. And what does Chat do? It turns it into a nice cartoon. You can ask it to do stuff like turn this picture into a cartoon that is black and white. So it's a coloring page for somebody. Print it off, and you have kind of a picture that is a coloring page for your kids. I mean, you could make your own, coloring book if you really wanted to. Sit down and do a couple of these with ChatGPT. I feed ChatGPT all this information that it memorizes, such as my family members, their names, their ages, our pets, all that kind of stuff. And one day I asked ChatGPT to give me a cartoon picture that was colorable, so black and white, of our family, and it spit out a family image: my wife, I, my my daughter, my son, our two dogs, two chickens, two cats, and a fish. Or I'm sorry, two chickens, two parakeets, and a fish tank. So it was really fun. I mean, something you could do for a holiday or a gift to somebody if you really wanted to. But yeah, those are some examples of some just practical uses of ChatGPT, mainly utilizing the import picture and using your camera. But really consider that once you get that right here, right in your glasses, driving down the road or wherever you may be, anything you have a question about, you could be able to just look at it, say, tell me this, and AI is going to be able to do it. It's going to be pretty crazy. That time is very near. Um, Hope you learned something out of this. Hope that sparks some ideas on maybe how you can use the AI. I'd love to know what you guys do with it. Drop a comment whether you use it. If you don't use it, tell me why you don't use it. But yeah, that's it. This is your daily hit. Have a great day. Like, follow, subscribe, share. Thank you.